One. Turn on the torch, light up the flame. Time to melt some glass, my friends. There you are. Here I am to explain, to teach, and create again. Hi, people. I just wanted to. I haven't done a video in a very long time. Well, a week plus. So we're going to see what we can do. I'm also opening up the chat room that is there in the video on YouTube. Oh, great. Did it pause me? Did I pause it? Don't tell me it's going to do this to me tonight. Okay, it's not paused. It's just me. There's my hand. See, a little bit of a delay, but still going on. Right, right. Okay, we'll see what we can do. There's one hand. Okay, it's got about a minute delay, but I will keep my eye on the chat room for those that want to chime in and say hi. Thank you for showing up if you do, and if you don't, that's fine too. One person watching, it's just probably me. So let's get on with this. Tonight I'm going to be doing more ornaments, but this time I'm going to be doing some Christmas round ball ornaments, very similar to this one. And we're going to see what we can come up with to make it. I've got to do another little quick thing. Move over this so I can see what is live and what is on Memorex. And this is some of the Christmas ornaments that I have done. This one's a really nice one. And then there's another one that's got a crack in it that I wanted to fix and go with it. In other words, I'm going to repair these suckers. I'm not going to just say, hey, it's broken, throw it away. I'm going to make this sucker better. That's what life's all about. That's the way I work. I try to get every penny out of a dollar that I can with my work. I say that, and I've been giving away Christmas ornaments faster than I can look at them. But I still had that choice of giving those away instead of throwing them away, right? Right. Anyway, first we're going to attach a piece of tubing to this thing. There's a hole right up here at the top. It's sort of cracked and broken, but I'm going to see what I can do about flaring out something here to attach it to. You know, those Christmas ornaments that you do don't have to just, oh, it was not great, so I'm going to throw it away. They can be resurfaced. They can be repurposed. They can be rebuilt. They can be made better. That's the way I look at things. Now, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to attach. Hopefully it's not going to burn my fingers off on the hollow as it blows in. There we go. It's attached. That's a good thing. It's not 100%, but it's attached. Now we're going to warm it because it definitely needs to be warm. Let's tilt this out a little bit further so you can see what's going on. Also, there, that should be warm enough. Now we're going to shrink it, collapse this down, and hopefully as we shrink it and collapse it down, it will stay hollow. Trying to look for a rod to play with. Punte at the bottom. There we go. Yeah, you can see some of the cracks. If you can't, that's fine. If you can't, and that's fine too. Some of them are blowing a little bit open, but that's okay. I'm going to collapse it and fix it. Oh yeah. See the holes forming? 1, 2, and 3. That's okay. I'm going to collapse this just a little bit more. And I'll probably make this into an ornament, one of those longer elongated discs and stuff instead of this round ball. Maybe even a smaller round ball. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now, here's where the fun comes in. This is called knitting. The best way to do knitting is to bring it back onto itself without adding too much of something else to it. That one didn't go. Let's try it again. I tried to attach it to the other side. Here we go again. Pull it over. Meet it in the middle. There we go. There we go. Now you can use stringers too. Um, Little tiny stringers to bring them together. There we go. Get it. Yeah. That one's sealed. Of course, these are a little in the hollow, really hollow, thin stuff, as you can tell just by the way it's working out and the way that it sort of stretched out from itself. But now, as I heat it and let it seal back to itself, it's probably, now the fun part is getting my blow hose from underneath all the other stuff that I've got it attached around. Not wrong one, right one. Here we go. Now to put this into my mouth and see what I can do with it. Because the colors that came out in this turned out really, really good. Seems like I still have some holes in it somewhere. Oh, they're right around where I sealed it to it. Oop, just blew one. On the last hole. There it goes. There's still another one, but not a big one. Somewhere. You can tell there's another hole by the way it blows. Probably somewhere in the piece, but we'll fix it as we go. Because we're going to seal it all down and blow it back into a tube. Here it goes. Okay, still haven't found that hole. You know where it might be? Down at the other end, I have a nip in a. Okay, rounding down quite nicely. I'm going to stretch it out, and then I'm going to turn it into one of my interesting ornaments. Okay, from a piece of tubing or glass that Other people would have said, ah, it's screwed, leave it alone. Stretch it out, keep stretching. Here we go. We're going to make a nice round ball here. Disc. Now we'll thin it out a little more. Now I'm going to do this into a nicer, bigger round ball. Actually, I got to thin out right here because the stem was kind of screwed up. That's what broke it the last time. Okay, let's do this. We're going to thin this out a little more. Had a nice break in the weather here. It was in the 60s all day today, and then tonight it's slowly but surely going down, but still have time to do things without freezing my butt off and having to turn on any extra heat. Okay, we're going to do a disc, like I said. There's the bottom. Stretch it out. Do it again. You know, yeah, there it is. It wants to be a ball, so we're going to make it a ball. Now we'll make a round ball above it. The fun part about making these things is keeping that center hollow, centered. You know, that sounds crazy, but if the ball is off center, it's hard to keep it spinning right. Now we're going to do another little round ball. This is where it gets better. This is where it's going to get real good. We're going to add some color. Let's see. I've got some turbo cobalt, which is a very dark, dark blue. Add a few spikes. I know it's Christmas and I'm getting into the ornament mood. But you know what? All of these basic steps that I'm doing can also be made into beads. Smaller beads and even bigger beads. You know, keep it hollow and you don't have to make it hollow or put it on a mandrel. I mean, it's one way of doing it, I guess. Okay, that's blue. Let's add another little streak of blue here. Let's see, line pattern from top to bottom of this bottom ball. Just a swirl. There you go. Keep that in there a little bit better. And if you wanted to, you can get creative and spin it a little more. In other words, if you don't think your line pattern was deep enough, spin it, and it swirls in there more. Okay, I'm gonna add, let's see, I've got some yellow. Here we go. I'm gonna add a couple of dots of yellow at the top disc here. Hello, who is ever watching. It's like about a 2 or 3 minute delay from the time that I see you in the room to the time that, maybe even longer. I don't know. But anyway, I do know that I see that there's somebody else that came into the room. So welcome. And if you have a question or you'd like to see something done, that'll help. This was a revamping of a Christmas ornament that was basically trash. And I have another one that I've got in the works right after this one that I'm going to do. I will now blow this end off. Actually, yeah. Most of my hollow ones I keep hollow. It's just the way I do things. Tweezers. Don't tell me those tweezers that were in the house were the ones that I was looking for. Oh well. Ouch. Hate it when a punte comes off when you don't want it to come off. Oh, that wasn't a good idea. Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me this thing's going to collapse on me. I won't let it. Now, if they sort of start to collapse on you, you can do this, where you seal it off and then break it off. You can't see what I did there, but I went and stretched it really, really thin and broke it off, and it makes it a hole there. Now, I always keep my ornaments hollow, just my preference. That way, you know, if you or you fix it, you won't have any problem with the vacuuming of air inside. In other words, too much pressure or too little pressure on the inside of the tubing. Hello to those in the chat room. Um, feel free to ask me a question. There's like about a 3 to 4 minute delay from the time that um, you're seeing what I'm doing to what I'm actually doing. So just wanted to tell you that I'm glad you're there. I can see you. And this is one Christmas ornament that was going to be toast, but not any longer. There we go. I've got another one that's just a round ball. It's got a crack on the bottom that I'm going to repair right now. So that's my next one. Hollow tubing. Wonderful thing to have around to do Christmas ornaments with. Okay. On the bottom of this, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a crack. Maybe you can see it. If you can't, that's fine. But I am going to repair this one and make it better. First of all, I'm going to take off the loop that I put on it. Ouch! Literally shattered the tubing around me. Okay. Now I'm going to seal this piece of tubing to that piece of tubing. Hopefully before it collapses. There we go. Stage 2 done. Stage 3, you got to warm it in. Otherwise, it could explode and crack all the way around. And then, it's good to see a couple of people watching me. I'm glad. Uh, but again, it's just a matter of once it's up to temp, you can reshape and seal. I used to work at a scientific glass blowing place, and those round bottom flasks that had the stoppers in them and stuff, that had like a star crack or whatever, they'd send them to us, and we'd sit there and we'd do exactly the same thing to a bigger piece of glass, of course, and seal it back up. And that one's fixed. I'm probably going to make the ball just a little bit bigger. Just a little. There's a nice bubble in here too. Let's see if we can pop that. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's right about there in the glass. Maybe not. Oh yeah, you can see it. It's sort of, yeah. And I'm going to try to pop that without popping the bubble itself. It's sort of heating up. It's a technique. Blow it out a little bit until either the top surface or the bottom surface blows, and the bottom surface blew. So it's no longer a bubble, but a hole. It looks like a hole still there. I could probably just pull it right on out, but I won't. You know, instead of it being the way it is, I want to make this one into a stretched out ornament too. You know, in some ways I like the stretched out better than the just a round ball ornament, but there are some people who love those too, I guess. But considering that this was a piece of what somebody else would have considered trash a minute ago, because it had the crack in the bottom and they'd have thrown it away, but being borosilicate, you can play with it. Okay, we're stretching it down. There we go. Stretching it down even further. Fun part. Oh, I was sucking in when I shouldn't have been. Fun part is trying to keep the wall diameter is the same all the way around. And if you don't work at it really hard, it'll have thin spots and thick spots. Now, if you have a question, type it there in the chat room and I'll see if I can't answer it. It looks like we're catching up with me. I mean, the speed wise, I can see that I'm a little bit behind what I'm actually doing, so that's cool. You know, I think I want to. I've had this nice big bushy flame that I've been doing this with. I'm going to cut it down and do some sharp designing. In other words, not so big a bushy flame. And I'll be able to do, with the smaller flame, a lot more detail and blowing and controlling the blow. See there? That's what I wanted to do on the last one. Okay. Now, we're going to start blowing. A bigger ball on the top. Now, this would probably be a good time to probably go back to the bigger flame. So I'm trying to do a bigger ball. Or maybe not. Let's do a couple of smaller discs all the way around. Now we'll thin it out. Yes, it's cold enough to see my breath, but it's not cold, freezing cold, which is good. It's almost been a year since I've been doing YouTube and enjoying every day that I've been on it. It's really exciting. It's been a slow build. It hasn't been, I thought, at one time I thought, oh yeah, I'll get 3,000 in no time. Yeah, no, not even. But you know what? I like the subscribers that I do have. They keep coming back, and they do love what I have to watch. And I've gained a couple of great friends and taught some interesting students out of it too, all in a matter of 1 year. And I don't think I changed that one bit. See there? Now I've had that big bushy flame, and again, it does a good job to do a whole bunch of different, bigger round balls and stuff like that. But when you want to do some detail on a piece of tubing, shrink it down, do your best with what you got. I think I am going to kick it up a notch now. There we go. That's a notch. And I'm probably going to add some dots of color around this. That's the thing about tubing. It is so forgiving. You can do so much with it. And you could do a little or a lot. You just got to learn to control it. And there's a lot of people out there who think that all I can get out of it is tobacco pipes. Survey says, eh. Yeah, I've made my money on tobacco pipes too. Don't get me wrong. But you know what? I'm in it. I started it for the art. I didn't start it for getting into tobacco pipes. I started doing figurines long before I started making tobacco pipes. I guess in some states you can call them medicinal pipes now, right? Okay, we got red. I'm going to do a green, blue exotic. Kind of interesting color. I'm going to do a swirl pattern like this one. Like I did on the last one, but a little bit different. At this point, I could make it the top or the bottom right here like this, but I think this is going to be the bottom. And again, it's whatever you want to add to these things and how you feel at the time. It's a lot of fun. And then you turn around and reheat it and let it melt in so it doesn't cause any cracks or explosions later. Blow it up a little bit, just a little. And with that, I press it back in a little bit. Oops, a little off center. Let's see if we can fix that. Okay. Oh, that looks perfect. I like that. I like that. That's what you get. You can play and you can, it doesn't have to be exactly what you thought it was going to be to begin with, but it's going to be something new and something nice. Now I'm going to stretch that out a little bit at the top. Okay. I'm going to put a loop here on the top of it. Or should I put another line of dots? No, that's it. I'm done. So that's what you call repairs. Again, oops, graceful me. Ah, holding on to this thing is going to be fun and sealing it back to it. Yeah. There we go. Now we're going to put a loop at the top. Bring it in a little bit. It'll collapse here a little bit. There we go. Well, we don't want it to completely collapse. Like I say, I always like to try to leave a hole. That makes the inside pressure and the outside pressure even. I even do that with some of my animals within animals and stuff like that. And here's this one. Done and done. Not bad for a little repair work, huh? Stay tuned. I'm going to start another video here real quick. Um, live on this, not on this particular video. In other words, this one's going to shut off so that I can get, uh, unless somebody says something, say don't go, don't go. But I plan on shutting this one down and starting another one. And the next one is going to be a Christmas ornament from scratch again, and see where it can go from there. Um, but to not make them too long and boring, and to also um, have a variety and make them about, this one, what, turned out to be, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes. We don't want them that too much longer than that. There we go. And you got one nice little Christmas ornament. Hope you liked them. And again, stay tuned if you want to see the next shows. Like I say, it's going to start really, really quick. I'm just going to shut this one down and go for the next one. So, as always, enjoy your day.